Dealing with people who don't respect you is one of the toughest challenges.
Exactly. It can break your nerves and your heart.
And it doesn't matter who they are, your coworker, a so-called close friend, or even a family member.
Disrespect eats away at your confidence and makes you doubt yourself and your worth.
I've experienced those moments myself, days when I felt small, unseen, or even taken advantage of.
But let me be clear, you never have to tolerate disrespect.
It's time to stand up to it and reclaim your power and confidence.
Today, we'll share 7 real and practical strategies to help you deal with such people.
So get ready.
Welcome to my channel.
Now let's move on to the first point. Set your boundaries.
Exactly. The very first and most important step is to define clear boundaries for yourself.
Waiting for others to figure out what's right and what's not is basically inviting misuse.
You need to be direct and clear about what's acceptable to you and what's off limits.
The truth is, people treat us exactly the way we allow them to.
If you let someone disrespect you without consequences, trust me, that behavior will continue.
I learned this lesson the hard way. I used to think that if I was overly kind, people would eventually respect me.
Guess what? It never turned out the way I wanted.
Until I set clear boundaries myself and openly said what's acceptable and what's not, nothing changed.
It doesn't matter who it is, your boss who constantly interferes, or a friend who always underestimates you.
You have to be clear and firm about where your red lines are.
Remember, respect doesn't come from silence. It comes when you stand up for yourself and your values.
In this process, be firm, but don't be disrespectful.
Speak calmly but firmly. This way you earn respect while making your point clear.
Let me give you an example. If someone keeps interrupting you or cutting you off,
You can politely say, "It's very important to me that respect is shown in conversations. Please let me finish before you speak."
at first, saying this might feel difficult, but that feeling is only temporary.
Exactly. The respect you gain this way is far more valuable and gives you a sense of power.
And that sense of power is something nothing else can replace.
Let me tell you this. Always repeat this to yourself. Respect comes from clarity and boundaries, not from tolerance and silence.
So take a deep breath, set your boundaries, and speak firmly.
And if you believe you can create a big change in yourself, like this video and share it with your friends.
Now let's move on to the second point. Don't get dragged into a power game.
The bitter truth is that disrespectful people are after one thing: to make you angry or get an emotional reaction.
It's like they enjoy pulling you into a power struggle.
And if you respond with anger, defend yourself, or get upset, you're giving them exactly what they want.
The more you play their game, the more control you lose.
What you need to do is stay calm and composed.
I'm not saying let them do whatever they want, but don't let their behavior ride your emotions.
When you remain calm and show indifference, the control slips out of their hands.
That way, you prove they can't push you over the edge no matter how hard they try.
Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "You only have control over your mind, not external events."
Understanding this makes you stronger. Whenever someone tries to disrespect you, remind yourself, my focus should be on controlling myself, not their behavior.
Next time someone disrespects you, instead of arguing or proving who's right, step away, give a calm and logical response, and if needed, leave the environment.
That way, you protect your character.
And you completely disarm that person. Now, here's a question. If you could erase one toxic behavior from the world, what would it be? Write it in the comments.
Now let's move on to the third point. Limit your interaction with disrespectful people.
One of the simplest and most effective strategies is to reduce contact as much as possible.
I know sometimes avoiding them isn't possible. They might be coworkers, family members, or acquaintances.
But the good news is you can always choose how much time and energy you give them.
I used to think that if I couldn't completely cut someone out, I had to tolerate their bad behavior.
But later I realized that's not true. You can reduce their impact without fully removing them.
For example, if it's at work, only talk to them as much as necessary.
If it's a friend or family member, avoid unnecessary intense conversations.
The more time you spend with toxic people, the more they drain your energy and happiness.
You don't need to announce your distance. Quietly and gradually reduce your interaction.
The less time you spend with them, the less influence they'll have on your mood and energy.
Value yourself. As the saying goes, if you stay away from the fire, even the smoke won't reach you.
That means sometimes distance is the best protection.
And before we move on to the next point, make sure you've subscribed and turned on the bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos.
Now let's move on to the fourth method of dealing with disrespectful people. Stay silent.
This is one of the strongest strategies. You don't need to argue over every silly comment or unpleasant behavior.
Sometimes silence is the best response, and it's far more powerful than any words.
The truth is, such people are waiting for a reaction. Their goal is to make you angry or drag you into a fight.
But when you stay silent and indifferent, it's like all their plans collapse instantly.
Nothing frustrates them more than failing to get a reaction from you.
Your silence is your strength.
As the poet said, the one who spoke not and sat in silence broke the treasure of the world's secrets.
Silence shows depth and greatness of character.
And it helps you preserve your respect while avoiding a pointless battle.
The fifth method is this: don't tell yourself it's your fault.
When someone disrespects you, it's natural to feel like it's personal and that your worth is questioned.
But let me be clear. Their bad behavior says more about them than it does about you.
People who disrespect others are usually unloading their own weaknesses, stress, or problems.
When you realize this and stop taking their actions personally, it feels like a heavy burden is lifted.
I used to spend too much energy thinking maybe I did something wrong to deserve that treatment.
But once I let go of that mindset, I understood the problem isn't me.
The problem is them. They act that way because of their own issues, not because of anything I said or did.
This shift in perspective gives you a powerful sense of freedom.
Instead of blaming yourself or feeling hurt, you can respond more calmly and logically.
As one great thinker said, you cannot control other people's behavior.
But you can decide how you respond to it. So choose to be free.
If necessary, walk away. This is the sixth method that can truly help you. Sometimes the strongest and most logical thing you can do is to leave the situation or the person. If disrespect continues and you don't react, it will eventually harm your nerves and confidence.
Staying in a toxic environment where your worth is constantly questioned can destroy your mental well-being.
Walking away is not a sign of weakness or defeat.
On the contrary, it means you value yourself and refuse to let that behavior continue.
It means you choose yourself.
There's no reason to endure disrespect just to look strong or prove something.
Remember, arguing or explaining never changes someone who deliberately wants to belittle you.
The best thing you can do is distance yourself from that relationship or environment.
Leaving isn't about running away. It's about protecting your respect and peace.
You deserve environments and relationships where you're respected and appreciated.
So if necessary, walk away without guilt and free yourself from negative energy.
I used to think leaving meant losing, but I realized it's about preserving peace of mind.
When I started distancing myself from toxic people, I felt a lightness and relief I'd never known.
Because in the end, protecting your peace is the greatest victory.
But here's another important point. Walking away doesn't always look the same.
Sometimes it's simple, like leaving a pointless argument, but sometimes it's tough, like ending an old relationship or leaving a workplace that doesn't value you.
These decisions aren't easy, but sometimes they're necessary.
Let me ask you, who's the first person that comes to mind that you should distance yourself from? A friend, a colleague, or an acquaintance?
The seventh method is to spend time with the right people.
Dealing with disrespect drains a lot of energy, especially if you feel alone in it.
Constantly fighting for your values can be exhausting and isolating.
That's why you need people around you who uplift you, encourage you, and respect you.
Having a supportive circle is vital, not just to avoid negativity, but to remind yourself that you are valuable and loved. Personally, whenever I faced disrespect, it was my friends and family who stood by me, listened, and reminded me I deserved better. There's a beautiful saying: the people around you are either your wings or weights on your feet.
So it's your choice who you spend your time with.
When I was tired and couldn't defend myself, the right people stood behind me.
Just knowing there are people who care and understand gives you the motivation to walk away from toxic situations.
They helped me realize my worth isn't defined by others' behavior.
It's defined by how I treat myself. And when you surround yourself with the right people, your confidence grows.
That confidence makes it easier to handle disrespect the next time. In the end, the truth is that dealing with disrespect is never easy.
But the key point is that your reaction can either raise your self-worth or lower it.
Whether you set boundaries, speak up, walk away, or refuse to play their game, the choice is yours.
You never have to tolerate behavior that questions your value or dignity.
You are only responsible for the respect you give yourself.
So from now on, decide how you'll deal with people who disrespect you.
Put yourself and your worth first, because you truly deserve the best treatment and respect.
The main point is this: you are worthy of kindness, respect, and dignity that no one has the right to take away.
If someone can't give you that, it's your duty to protect your peace and well-being.
When you surround yourself with supportive people and set your own standards, you build a healthy foundation for respect.
So stay strong and be yourself.
And never forget, respect starts from within.
I recommend you keep watching this series.
Remember, you're not just watching a video, you're becoming the person you were always meant to be.
See you in the next video, my friend.